Today we'll be analyzing Cathedral by Raymond Carver.
The scene we'll be analyzing today is the scene in which the narrator discusses with Robert, the blind man, the appearances of a cathedral.
Something's occurred to me. Do you have any idea what a cathedral is? What they look like? What it is? Do you follow me? If someone says cathedral to you, do you have any notion what they're talking about? Do you know the difference between that and a Baptist church, say?
I just heard the man say that. Of course, I know generations of the same family has worked on the cathedral. I heard him say that too.
Jealous as because
then men who began their life's work on them, they never lived to see the completion of their work. And why?
Like the husband, he's talking like
they're no different from the rest of us, right?
Or what she's saying about
cathedral.
But that's about the extent that
If you want the truth,
the whole story.
Bob,
He doesn't really want to listen.
that's about all I know. What I just said, what I heard him say. But maybe you could describe it to me. I wish you'd do it. I'd like that. If you want to know, I really don't have a good idea.
Alright. Okay, so Robert's a blind guy, but Robert is actually the one that can see deeper than the husband.
Robert's literally blind, but the husband is blinded by reality. There's kind of no meaning to his life. He doesn't believe in anything. He doesn't have any spiritual value, and he kind of realizes that when they draw the cathedral together, the husband has an epiphany of how he's actually the one blind, because whatever he tries to analyze, he can only touch the surface, while the blind man could almost have an advantage because he's blind. He can see the deeper meaning.
Yeah, when he's describing the cathedral, the husband just describes the outward appearance, the very surface level, but then when he asks the blind man what he knows about cathedrals, it's all about what's with the deeper meaning.
Yeah, like
who built it, and the frescoes inside.
Yeah. And I've seen the blind man jump straight to the deeper meaning, basically.
Yeah, and Robert just, or not Robert, but the husband just describes how
I don't know if the cathedral itself, the fact that they drew a cathedral really makes sense, because you have to consider the fact that he's essentially drawing on this piece of paper with a pen with his eyes closed. The fact that there's someone else's hand on top of his, that's not going to be a cathedral when it comes out like that.
Yeah.
So this is just what they're actually drawing isn't what's important. It's more so what it means, the relationship between the two characters as they both try to do.
Yeah, Robert's getting up to insight to how he
It's their perception on how they analyze it. Why Raymond Carver chose to do Cathedral, my best guess would be that it's a place where you harness your spirituality. So, and the narrator really lacked that, so maybe that's their
exploring how to think deeper.
And if you go into the whole spirituality thing, you can also go with the fact that these guys have done lots of marijuana at this point. They are definitely very high, and so they are thinking, so they are definitely under the influence of multiple drugs. So they probably have some sort of thing they're thinking is different.
Yeah, the alcohol and the drugs definitely serve to express their inner emotions. Because when you get really drunk or high, you kind of show who you are inside somewhat.
I'm speaking out of experience here.
Okay. No.
Yeah, I understand. I get what you mean.
You kind of let your guard down. You release your barriers. When you talk to people, you kind of choose your language carefully. When you're drunk or high, you're just whatever.
Yeah.
You're a lot less careful with your words.
Yeah.
So, what does this mean towards the central idea of the story? What is that? What is it trying to actually describe? Like, why is what does it mean essentially?
Yeah. What does it mean? It's finding themselves.
Finding themselves.
Well, I mean, like, maybe not Robert finding himself, but the husband starting to be Robert.
Then it would be suggesting something about like deeper understanding, how to acquire deeper understanding of ourselves.
Yeah.
But how would you want to say it?
Yeah, it's really hard to put into words because he has an epiphany that he's actually not been, that he's actually been blind.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been blind.
Yeah, like not physically, but mentally.
Mentally, yeah.
He can't analyze it.
And at the end, he's saying it's really something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At the end,
see.
At the end he realizes. Well, he realizes while they're drawing, but at the end he's like transitioned. They bond him and the blind man while drawing.
Yeah, yeah. Now that he can actually see a little bit the way Robert sees, that's really something.
And so we agree that like his having vision makes it so that he can only see like the surface of things, that he doesn't ever decide to look deeper, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah.
So what's the central idea there? So it had to be
Central idea.
Maybe it's that like looking at someone else's perspective allows you to reevaluate your own.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
Because a similar thing, the blind man has never seen anything in his life, but the husband is somewhat able to show his perspective that he can see physically, and then the blind man in turn shares his deeper perspective on it.
Yeah, I like that because both characters get something out of that
Yeah.
simple idea. The husband, got, he said the deeper meaning. The blind man got a literal meaning because he literally can't see. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And always having a different perspective is nice. In the real world, they get a lot of diverse groups to work on a certain problem because there are many ways to approach the problem.
So if we're going about perspective, like we should talk about point of view, because like we see like the story is told from the husband's point of view. Which by the way, the story never names this guy, which I feel like just also goes towards the central idea in a bit, because it makes it seem more like a general philosophy, stating like that this could really be any person. Because he is like a really bland slate in reality. He doesn't really do anything with the story. There's nothing that really defines him as a character.
Yeah.
So that can help build towards the central idea, but it's also like his point of view. Like what about his point of view?
Well, he sees things very shallowly, and initially he judges the blind man. He doesn't, I guess, he kind of feels jealous of the blind man's relationship with his wife, and he just doesn't understand him until he meets him, and then,
Well, he's more quick to make assumptions, while the blind man, he kind of depends on people to help him, so he's more understanding, not as hasty to jump to conclusions as the husband, I feel.
Yeah. More open.